Hi guys, my name is Tamara Nicole and welcome to my content creator insight, how to gain followers video. I just wanted to come in and say hi. This is a completely different date from what the video was recorded on. I have some good news and I wanted to share it with you guys before you guys watch the video. I had stated in the video, and you guys will see it, that at the time of the recording, I had 17.7 thousand followers on Instagram. But I have a praise report. I actually just have been, honestly, like I haven't even been posting, but because of my consistent posts that I was posting, and you guys will see in the video what I'm talking about, I have now gained almost 1,000 followers. We're getting there. And now I'm at 18.5K. So with that being said, this literally changed within a couple days. So this is just a testament that over a couple days, you can literally just start gaining followers. So don't be discouraged. Don't let yourself down if you're not immediately seeing growth. Gradually, over time, randomly, it will happen. God willing, it will happen. As you guys know, I'm a Christian content creator. I believe in God. I believe that having faith in God and trusting His will for you and whatever you want to do, as long as you put your social media and whatever you're doing in His hands, He will give you the growth that you are asking Him for, and He will put you in the places that are going to encourage people. So here we are. I can't wait for you guys to tune into the video. So go on ahead and watch for my tips and tricks on how I went from 2,000 followers on Instagram all the way up to now 18.5 thousand. So I hope you guys enjoy it. Hello everyone, my name is Tamara Nicole and this is a video explaining how I went from 2,000 followers on Instagram to 18,000 within a couple of months. So I wanted to make this video to kind of give some advice to any content creators, any beginner content creators, or anyone that's really just genuinely trying to grow on Instagram. I personally cannot give any advice about YouTube or TikTok, maybe a little bit about TikTok, but I cannot personally give advice about growth on YouTube because I'm personally trying to grow right now on YouTube. But I can give some advice as far as Instagram and how I gained over 10,000 followers within a couple of months. I'm first going to start with saying that when you want to become a content creator, it is so important to make sure that you are settled in yourself and that you know exactly what you want to post, exactly what you want to do. I'm not going to say 100% that you have to know exactly what you want or what your niche is, but I would definitely recommend, in order for you to see your maximum growth, for you to kind of get a niche or content category in your head before you start posting. So for me, I did not have a niche. I did not know what I was doing when I first started posting on Instagram. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. And I just got to posting. I noticed that a lot of the posts that I would make would be the most viewed when it was something that someone else could relate to. If I was being transparent or being honest about a season or a time that I was in, that was the most views that I would get on my content. Just to show you guys exactly what I did, I kept a journal, okay? That's the first. Always keep a journal, at least that works for me, of tracking your growth, tracking what you post, tracking what you're doing during that time that you're posting, and so that you can kind of see what was a hit and what was a miss. I will show you guys this right now. This was on January 7th of 2022. On January 7th, 2022, I had 2,346 followers on Instagram. So I was just a regular girl, like just posting. Like I didn't really have much of a following. I was just a regular girl just posting on Instagram. I will definitely say that during this time I started posting reels. I remember my first reel that ever went viral. I was doing a voiceover on a song, on an audio, and it just went viral. I don't even know how, I don't know when or what, but I did have the goal that I was going to post a reel every day for the year. I don't know if I exactly accomplished that over the day, every day for the year, but over a couple of months of when I did that, it worked. Now, what I'm gonna say is I did not post every single reel that I posted every day on my main page. I did not want to overcrowd my following with videos that I was like, I don't know if they'll relate to this, but there's someone else that will relate to this. So I did not exactly post just everything on my feed. You have an option when you post a reel to share to feed or not share to feed. If it's something that you feel like, oh, this is my niche, this is something that I feel like my followers will like, I have not posted on my main feed in a while, do it. Go ahead and post it and do it. Another big thing is that when you're posting your reels, that you also are making main page posts, like pictures. Carousels are your best friend on Instagram. Make sure that if you're posting pictures that they're carousels, it's something that people can scroll through. Why? Because it's going to give the most engagement. And also I noticed that if there's a certain picture that Instagram knows is going to gravitate someone to your page, they will put that picture as the forefront picture on their feed before they show them anything else, and then they'll be able to scroll through your carousel. Story posts. Make sure that you're posting on your story at least 3 to 5 different story posts a day. I'm not going to say to overcrowd your feed. I noticed that if I overcrowd my story feed, my views are lower. And sometimes I don't care if I'm like traveling or if I'm doing something more personal and it's not really for the views. But if you're doing something, if you're promoting something in your content, if you're saying, I want the most views out of this, make sure that you're not having too many things on your story, but make sure that you are posting on your story at least 3 to 5 posts a day, to make sure that your followers are remaining engaged and interested and also seeing whatever your niche is, and that they're able to still be engaged in your niche. With that being said, January 7th, I had 2,346 followers, and I was just posting reels every day. Come January 18th, I went from 2346 to 2519. And I'll show this to you guys right here. It shows it on the paper. I went to like 2,500. I started posting on my page. I started posting my reels. And then I also had started a podcast. So if you guys have any other social media content, if you guys have a podcast, if you guys have a YouTube channel, if you guys have a TikTok, anything, any Pinterest, anything that's outside of Instagram that will take someone somewhere else. People want to see that not only are you on Instagram, but do you have something that you're providing to your viewers? Do you have something that you're giving off of promotion to promote, or something that they can go from Instagram to something else? That's something that's really big. A lot of times I would just post myself, and it was like, not everyone just wants to see you. Like, they want to see more of you. They want to see what you're about. If you're trying to become a lifestyle, fashion, Christian content creator, or whatever the case is, make sure that maybe if you want to do like Bible studies or reels on, like your outfits or of your skincare or of your beauty, but let it be something that's going to keep your followers engaged. So we're going to fast forward through my notebook, and I'm going to find when I started seeing growth. Okay, so February 7th, mind you, I was posting reels daily, posting smoothies. I would make smoothies on my page, and I was posting different reels as far as like how I matured in life. And that was just kind of like the niche at the time. I'm not going to say to do that now. Whatever the niche is on Instagram now, whatever you see, like as you scroll through your pages on Instagram, whatever you see that they're promoting to you, try to not copy, don't imitate, don't copy someone, be very genuine and natural. But if you see like something that someone is posting and you're saying, okay, that's getting views, kind of gravitate in that area, and that's where you'll start to see growth in those areas. And again, posting daily is super crucial, especially if you're trying to grow and get past that 10,000 mark, which is where you start to see different things become available in your Instagram. So come February 7th, this is a whole month later, I ended up having 15,000 followers. Like, this is no joke. I cannot make this up. I went from 2,000 followers to 15,000 within a month. Within a month, I had 15,000 followers. And I was just like, wow, like I couldn't believe that it had happened. And I remember I was telling my family members, like, I'm just trying to get to 10K. I'm trying to get to 10K. And I got to 10K. And it's mainly because of a video that I posted that went viral. And that's just how automatically I just got all of those followers. So I would definitely encourage you guys to get to posting, one, and also engaging with people who have the same content as you. Engage in their comments. If you see that there's someone that's commenting also on their page, go to their page and engage with their content. So then they'll say, who is this? And they'll go to your page and they might see something that they like, and then they'll follow you. That is a huge thing that Instagram wants you to do, is they want you to engage with other people on Instagram. You don't just post and then get off. Like, post, engage with your followers, engage with the people who are posting, and also make sure that you're being genuine and real. That's something that people want to see. They don't want to just see just a generic basic post all day long. They want to see like something that's going to make them laugh, something that's going to educate them, something that's going to be informative, or something that's going to motivate them to be a better person or to feel better. So I would definitely encourage you guys to get to posting, one, and get to engaging in your content. Within a month, I gained all of those followers, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy. 10 days later, I went from 15,000 followers to 18,000. 10 days later, you guys, I went from 15 to 18. Now, I will say that with your growth that you're going to experience, you also have to understand that if you choose to stop posting daily, if you choose to stop engaging in people's posts, because content creating can get tedious and it can become tiring, and sometimes you just don't want to be on social media because of whatever's going on in your life, I would definitely encourage you to notice that there are going to be some people that are going to unfollow you, just naturally. It's just what's going to happen. And honestly, if you're posting content, the sole purpose should not be about followers. It should be about, what's the main goal? Are you trying to get brand deals? Are you trying to promote a business? What are you trying to do? Understand that if your content begins to lack, or if you start to switch up your niche, you are going to lose followers. So the max amount of followers that I reached was 18,300. And then I got into church and I had to revamp my content. And I stopped posting content that had cuss words. I stopped posting content that was a little bit more secular. And I noticed that I had noticed a drop in my following. I also noticed a drop in my following when I stopped posting consistently. That was something super big, was that I stopped posting because I was going through a time in my life and I lost a lot of followers. And that's just what happened. So also be aware of that. Like, if you choose to stop posting, that's why I say it's so important to not focus on the follower count, because that number can change depending on, you know, what you're doing as far as posting. But if you stay posting, if you stay consistent, your follower count is going to continue to keep going. So right now I'm at 17,700 followers on Instagram, and I am getting more into posting more content, but I'm not doing it daily like I used to. Do I believe that my content would get more views? Do I believe that I would get more followers if I was posting more content? Absolutely. But as of right now, that's just not the place that I'm in, and I'm honestly trying to grow my YouTube right now, and it's just kind of been a juggling thing for me. So that's some word of advice that I would give to you guys for beginner content creators as far as Instagram growth. I wrote down a couple notes for you guys that I want to kind of share with you guys as far as personal and as far as hardware and things that you'll need to become a content creator. So first, I want to start with personal. These are all experiences of my own. Let me just start and say that before we even get into it. These are all things that I experienced, maybe not all of them, but just some things that came to mind as I was thinking, like, what are some tips that I would love to give to people that are looking to content create. Tip number one is keep your morals and beliefs at the forefront. When you start posting content, you are going to be faced with different kinds of brands reaching out to you. You are going to be kind of consumed by the content that you're seeing. Always make sure that you're keeping your morals and your standards to yourself at all times. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you will be faced with different things. For me, I am a Christian content creator. Did I start as a Christian content creator? No. But now that I have transitioned from living a life in the world to living a life wanting to live righteously and live through the Word of God, I had to change certain things about my content, where I stopped posting content with cussing. I stopped posting content where there was a whole bunch of skin showing, and where I was in lingerie. There was a point where I was posting like stuff like that, and I had to stop all of that. I remember I got offered a brand deal with this candle company, and the candle was being branded as a candle that has crystals in it, and as you burn the candle, it makes the crystal able to like grab out of the candle for you to have and use and keep. I don't personally believe in crystals. I personally don't believe in using them, so I had to reject them, and I had to tell the brand like, hey, I don't believe in crystals, I don't use crystals, so I cannot support your brand. It felt bad. I felt bad at first, I'm gonna be honest, but then I had to remind myself like, no, don't forget your morals because of a brand deal, is what I'm going to say. Number 2, care for others' opinions has to go out the window. Your care for others' opinions, like, you cannot want to be a content creator and care about what other people think about what you're doing and the content that you're posting and how often you're posting, and oh, you just want to be seen. No, if you are promoting your brand, if you are promoting something that is worth promoting, you cannot care about others' opinions. Other people are going to have their opinions and they're going to say things, and you have to have tough skin in a sense of saying, you know what, if this is something that I feel called to do, if this is something that I want to do, I'm going to post the content. I'm not going to allow other people's opinions to get in the way of what I'm trying to do. Now, there's a difference between people's opinions and constructive criticism. You might have some people that are close to you that support you that might say, hey, I think your content could be excelled if you change this here, or if you change this there. If you feel like it's information that is going to really help you, then take that information and put it into your content and allow you to see like the growth. And it may work, it may not, and you may see growth and you may not. And that's just the beauty of content creating, is that you're going to see what works and what doesn't. But also making sure that you're posting consistently is super, super important, which is where people's opinions will come in, because they'll see that you're posting consistently. Some people will be proud and some people will be kind of judging you. And yes, some people will follow you because you're posting consistently. It's okay. I'd rather lose 5 followers in a day and gain 50 than to worry about those 5 followers, because it's like, if you don't like the content, then don't follow me. It's okay. You don't have to like it. Number 3, your life will change and everyone will see. My life has changed since I started creating content. As you guys saw in my journal, I started doing that in January of 2022. So it's been a year and some change, almost 2 years in January 2024. So I am not the same person that I was when I first started posting. Now, I have gone through different things. I have changed as a person. I have grown as a person. So one niche that you might be into when you first started posting, your niche is going to change. And it may not, but 9 times out of 10, your niche is going to change, and that's just what it's going to be, and more followers will gravitate to you and people will unfollow you again. And it's always going to be a constant cycle until you really say, this is my niche, and you really come to terms with who you are as a content creator, and then you become more confident, you become more happy, and you become more realizing what it is that you want to post. But understand that you are going to change. As like I said, I used to post in lingerie. I used to be really just like all about showing myself, showing my body, and I had to change that content into wanting to post more lifestyle Christian content that a teenager or a child or my grandmother could watch, that wouldn't make me look bad or put me in a bad negative light. Okay, and that's just for me. If you guys post like that, then that's between you and God. That's between you and your following. And if that's what you feel called to do, then that's you. But for me, I'm not interested in doing it, and I just didn't see growth. If anything, I saw more growth in my content when I put clothes on than when I didn't have clothes on. That's all I'm gonna say. Number 4, people will see your failures and your wins. People are going to see your life change. They're going to see you go through bad times and good times. They're going to see you post content that are going to get barely any comments, any views, anything. And then they're going to see your posts that get numerous likes, numerous, insights, numerous engagements. They're going to see all of that. always be cautious that when you're posting content that they're going to see your wins and they're going to see your failures. So accept the fact that you're going to have them. You're going to have wins and you're going to have failures. It's normal. It's what it is. And the more that you come to terms with the fact that you're going to have those ups and downs, the more easier it is to accept them for what they are and take into context, okay, this didn't work, but that worked. Okay, what should I do different in order to change my content? Number 5, they will talk about you, but not check on you. And this is all personal stuff. I have experienced people come to my family members and come to people and say certain things about me and not check on me. I would post content and I had someone make a comment and say, oh, we see Tamron posting like luxury lifestyle content, but we can see that she's going through something in the process. And it made me realize like, wow, I was going through something in that time, but like that person never checked on me. Like that person never reached out to me. That person never actually like spoke to me and said, hey, are you okay? How are you doing? So like I said, people are going to watch you, but not check on you. People are going to notice certain things about you that are changing and not reach out, but they will talk. So always be aware that like you can't, like I said, you cannot care about people's opinions because they're all going to have them. They're all going to kind of base everything that you're doing off of their own personal opinion, and they really don't even know what's going on in your life or why you're posting content. So definitely want to encourage you guys to stay focused on your grind, stay focused on what you feel called to do, and as long as that is, you know, following in alignment with your morals and what you feel like your niche is and what you feel like is going to grow your content, then who cares? Just post and be confident in it, and the people that like you will gravitate to you. So another thing that I want to talk about that is a key tip is going to be that the people that you know are not going to support you. It's going to be the people that you don't know. The people that you don't know are going to engage in your content. The people that you don't know are going to follow you. So don't feel bad when the people that you know aren't supporting you and aren't subscribing and following and liking content, because they're honestly not your target audience. Like, let's be honest. The people that you know are not your target audience. Your target audience are the people that are like you, the people that relate to what you're posting. So don't be ashamed of how you're feeling or what's going on, because you have to just stay confident in what you're doing and not be focused on other people's opinions and whether they support you or not. Next, we're going to move away from personal and we're going to go to hardware. Of course, when you make content, you have to have hardware. You have to have a selfie stick. You have to have a tripod. You have to have a camera. You have to have your phone. You have to have editing tools. So the first item that I would suggest as hardware is a selfie stick for your phone. If you have an iPhone, that's all you need. Your front and your back camera are all you need. And your selfie stick. This is a selfie stick that I use. It's linked in my Amazon shop. You guys can go on ahead and click that link or search the link or find the link in my Instagram bio. I believe it's also there. And you guys can get access to that selfie stick. I got it off of Amazon and it has helped me so much. What I will say is that this specific selfie stick has broken on me before. The legs have broken. I was being a little too rough with it, so I'm not going to say it's a cheap selfie stick. It's not. If anything, I love it because it has a clicker and it would take my photos for me on Instagram when I would need to post pictures. It has a little remote and a little clicker, so as you set your phone up, you go pose behind the camera. I would suggest that if you're making a main page post, to use the back of your camera. Don't use the front of your phone. I know you want to see yourself, but set up the camera, set up the phone on the selfie stick. It stretches up really high. It's small, but also gets really big. And you can set up the camera right there, and you can take those little like beginner shots to see where do you need to stand. Is the lighting good? And then that will help you make your photos better. Of course, I do not use like the picture enhancement apps, but if you use them, then if there are lighting defects or anything that you need to adjust, you can use one of those apps. I've never used Facetune. I personally don't like to edit. I will use an Instagram filter. I will use a filter on my photos on Instagram, but I will not use Facetune or anything like that, just because I personally like don't want to use it. I don't prefer it. I don't judge people that use it. If you want to use Facetune or any type of editing app that will enhance your pictures, go on ahead and do that. I just don't. Because I will go and take the picture and I'll go to my photos and there's a button that you can press when you edit, and it'll kind of enhance the picture as far as fixing lighting and stuff like that. I will use that tool on my phone, and then I'll also use that tool on Instagram as well to adjust my photos. Sometimes Instagram will adjust it too much, so I'll have to lower the levels, but for the most part, that is how you are going to be able to do that. The next form of hardware is going to be, of course, your iPhone. Like I said, your iPhone is going to be your best friend. Your front and your back camera are going to be your bestie. Don't be afraid to use your phone. Even if you're YouTubing or vlogging and you're just starting, use your phone. Just do it. And also, it also will help you get more comfortable with being in front of the camera and talking to a camera without really someone physically being there. It definitely took me recording on my phone and getting used to talking on the camera before I was confident and comfortable with just talking in front of a camera. So I would definitely recommend starting a phone. Now, if you want to take an extra step, I will give you some advice as far as the camera that I use and am currently using for this video. So I went on ahead to purchase the Sony ZV-1. It is a vlogging camera specifically. I love this camera. I absolutely love the content that it takes. I love the 4K quality that it produces for my videos, and I also really just love how compact and small it is, but also how powerful the camera is. I will say with this camera, you will need additional batteries for it. The battery will die very fast if you're taking long videos, just like this one I'm doing right now, and you will need to charge some batteries for extra time, because nobody has time to be in the middle of a video and to be having to get a new battery or charge their battery and wait for the battery to be charged. Another thing that I would recommend as far as hardware is multiple memory cards, okay? You're going to need memory cards because you might have a whole bunch of content that you're not ready to edit, and you will need somewhere to store them on your camera with enough space. Another item that I would definitely absolutely recommend, especially for someone who does not have space on their computer like me, or someone that works on their computer and wants to separate the content from work stuff, I would suggest an external hard drive. This is an external hard drive that you can get on Amazon. I purchased it on Amazon and I love it. I connect it to my computer. If you have a MacBook, you also can get an adapter. Again, this is a lot of hardware, but it's all worth it in the end. I use an adapter. I connect the external hard drive to my adapter and I connect it to my computer. I'm able to transfer the files from my memory card onto the external hard drive, and I'm able to eject it properly. Make sure that you're ejecting your stuff properly from your computer or they will break and they will not connect. All your content will be lost. Yes, that has happened to me and I was very sad. So with that being said, when you are transferring your content to your external hard drive, now you have enough space to now continue to record on your memory card without having to get a whole new memory card. Okay, so I have 2 memory cards and 1 external hard drive, and that has worked for me perfectly fine as far as my hardware for YouTube content. Okay, for Instagram, I predominantly just use my phone, and if you want to also use your vlogging camera, you can just turn your camera facing in a vertical way, and that is how you can get your Instagram video content. With that being said, the next hardware tool that I would suggest as far as editing needs is Premiere Pro. Okay, this is the editing tool that I use to edit my YouTube videos. I recommend Premiere Pro because I personally just gravitate more towards Adobe editing programs because they're a lot easier for me to access all around the board. I also use Adobe Express to create my thumbnails, and it has been a breeze for me. I will say with Premiere Pro that it does take time to educate yourself on how to use the editing software, but if you're serious about content creating, if you're serious about posting videos, this is something that you're going to have to do as far as educating yourself on how to edit your videos and increase your editing value, because the higher the editing skills, the more the content is getting pushed and the more that people are going to gravitate to your content. I'm personally even still learning how to edit better, but at this point I do believe that educating yourself in any kind of editing program, you can use any one. This is just the one that I use. And yes, it will get tedious when you first start editing. Yes, it will get kind of boring and you're just wanting to get content out. And yes, you may sometimes have to start over. But with your learning experience, it will become better, it will become easier, and it will become like a second nature once you begin editing. So you will also need a tripod stand for your vlogging camera if you want to take videos like this, where you're just sitting and talking and you need a higher angle. This is a great tripod stand to use. I bought it off of Amazon, and it is great for just content if you just need a wide view. I will say with this camera, my Sony ZV-1, the wide angle view, it's not wide at all. So you do have to push the camera a little back in order to get the full view, but it works for me and I love my camera, and I personally would probably invest in a new vlogging camera in the future, maybe one that I can change and switch out the lenses, because you can't do that with this camera. But I don't really need that. I have no problems with it so far, and so I would definitely recommend to get this. Another tripod stand that I would recommend is the Sony tripod stand that comes with the camera. You have to buy it separately, but they do recommend it to you. It's like a content creator kit tripod stand. It's good for handheld access so that you can kind of walk around with your vlogging camera and not have to worry about the big tripod hardware that you would use normally just sitting down for a sit down video. With that being said, that's pretty much all of the information that I have right now. I will probably do an updated video once I have more information in store for you guys, for beginner content creators. But I would strongly suggest for you to just get started. Like, I would strongly suggest for you to just get to posting and figure out what it is that you need to do and the editing skills that you can learn in the future. And I promise when you look up, you'll be more comfortable, more confident, and your followers will be more supportive of you, because you know, Instagram and YouTube have a way of filtering everything out to people that they feel like will gravitate to your content, and that's what's going to help it grow. But you have to post in order to get there. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel for more content, and go on ahead and tune in to some of my vlogs and some of my content just to get to know me a little bit better. And I thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you guys later.